Do we even know what journalism is anymore? We used to know. It looked like this. Once television went from broadcast to cablecast, though, the door was left open for different modalities of journalism. The first edition was the 24-hour news channel, and that certainly had both positive and negative impact. But the door was also left open for faux journalism, for ideological warfare dressed up as journalism. And we have been taking it on the chin ever since. Add to that mix the decline of legacy media from the impact of the internet and social media platforms, and journalism isn't taking it on the chin anymore. It got the daylights beat out of it. So it's been a sorry state of affairs over the last 2 decades, but just recently, CNN discovered it still had legs and could fight back. Last week, CNN fact checked Trump, exposing 30 lies in one campaign speech. And just this morning, CNN is back at playing hardball, demonstrating once again that there is probably a market out there for people who want actual journalism. We're going to take a look at a confrontational clip where CNN anchor Casey Hunt takes control of an interview. But before we do, a little background. Not long after entering the media marketplace, Fox News hired the toxic Roger Ailes to take the organization into uncharted waters in American media, creating faux news to serve the interests of one political party. In politics, no strategy was too low for Ailes, and no tactic was too unethical. He brought that mentality to Fox News, and CNN and the big three networks did not know how to respond. There were rules and ethics in journalism back in the day, and one of those rules was you don't attack what another network is doing. So Fox went unchecked for years. And actually, corporate managers then put the pressure on journalists to be more like Fox under the, hey, we're losing market share here. And so by the time Donald Trump glided down an escalator in 2015, journalism was fundamentally ill equipped to take on the con in any way, shape, or form. And it would not have been that difficult. Internet journalists posted images the very next day of job ads looking for actors to attend Trump's presidential announcement. Crickets from legacy media. The outrageous Trump created more clicks and more viewership, and management wanted to ride that wave. His presidency was orchestrated chaos, and they never found a way to take him down. The practice of journalism seemed lost, and with it, interviews were replaced with providing platforms for people with an agenda. But recently, CNN discovered rock and roll. So watch as morning anchor Casey Hunt takes the platform away from Caroline Levitt.
So he's basically saying there, well, will I let Joe Biden win? It does seem as though many Republicans have set the bar very low in terms of arguing that Joe Biden is basically senile. Now you have people like Doug Burgum coming out and saying, well, President Biden's very accomplished, trying to set expectations in a different place. What do you expect from Joe Biden?
Well, first of all, it would take someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently
stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking my
Trump to
colleagues.
Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you
I'm
continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome to come back and speak about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have equal time to Joe Biden when they both join us now at later this week in Atlanta for this debate. Our thanks to Caroline.
Hunt taking back control and insisting on an interview is an object lesson in television journalism. For the last 2 decades, television journalism has essentially tied the hands of the technical director and the audio mixer. It has forgotten that you can just cut someone's mic if they're not going to play ball. And that's exactly what happened here. Watch again closely. Hunt gives her a warning, but Levitt, playing by the normal playbook, presses forward and just tries to shout it through. Hunt, though, is not going to roll over.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome.
She doesn't give Levitt the airspace, but keeps talking over her attempt to attack the network, rather than answer the question. What you see here is the anchor essentially taking over the control booth. She signals both audibly and visually to her control room what to do. Cut Levitt out of the shot and kill the mic. And it works. Levitt's job this morning was to go on air and attack CNN, which is hosting the debate. Her job was to establish that when Trump loses the debate, it's because of CNN bias. She couldn't even remotely get it out. She could not get the job done. And that's not going to sit well with the campaign team. In fact, the campaign knew it got its hat handed to them. It went into spin mode very quickly. Within a short time, Trump Jr. posted this clip on his Twitter feed. Fake news CNN cuts off Caroline Levitt after she calls out Jake Tapper's anti-Trump history. CNN is afraid of people knowing the truth. In other words, we got schooled and were very, very angry about it. Sorry, Junior, CNN didn't roll over for your people like you're used to. And worse, they didn't tell you it's back to being a boxing ring instead of the whack-a-mole game you're used to. Hunt did, in fact, cut off Levitt, but the last thing you can call that drivel is truth. And then Levitt got in on the act, posting, "You cut off my microphone for bringing up the debate moderator's history of anti-Trump lies. This proved our point that President Trump will not be treated fairly on Thursday. Yet he is still willing to go into this 3-1 fight to bring his winning message to the American people, and he will win." Did she really think Hunt was just going to lie down over that? Oh, heck no. Hunt soon replied, "You come on my show, you respect my colleagues, period. I don't care what side of the aisle you stand on, as my record clearly shows." And sure, these are the kind of extreme tactics that the gentlemen of journalism from the 60s would have never engaged in. But that's because neither of the political parties controlled a media outlet, and by and large, neither party was engaged in constant construction of alternative facts, let alone paving the way for an authoritarian regime. CNN has realized that the stakes are too high to stick to norms of an earlier era of journalism. The field of journalism has changed radically, and so has the audience and our politics. The media is going to have to get back to the work of going after substance, of wading through the spin and trying to get at truth. This is the way that practicing journalism in today's media landscape can become news itself and draw the kinds of clicks and streams that corporate media managers are looking for. That is how you will grow an audience. Who cares if you don't wean MAGA heads off of Fox? The rest of us need journalism that will stand up and speak truth to power and swat away the flies and gnats that swarm around the pile of BS. Casey Hunt gave a masterful performance. The only question now is, was ABC, CBS, and NBC watching? I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.